Hello everybody, back to the job again, and today on the Igbo as usual, with one of the best work ethics in the world, with 16,000 square miles of territory in one of the greenest parts of the world, with a very well educated population, unfortunately educated in only the regular sense, not informed and educated in the Igbo sense, but nevertheless able to read and write, with still again a very huge diaspora in the most important country in the world today, the United States of America. What is keeping the Igbo people down? By the way, in the same United States of America, with connections to a very huge number of African Americans, and by the way, with connections to the Jewish people too, who are a force to be reckoned with in the world today, the question is, what is keeping the Igbo people down? Why are the Igbo people underperforming? I had a discussion a few minutes ago with indefatigable barrister Nz'r, Emeka Madu Ewesi. One day we see Israel Abiowa. Had a conversation with him on this same Igbo question. Why are Igbos not even able to process simple things? We find arguments every day, meaningless arguments. We are older than Jews. And to the people that make these arguments, it doesn't seem senseless to them, even though it is completely senseless. I cannot be claiming, as a native of Ozobo Republic, I cannot be claiming that I'm older than a native of Nz'r Republic. What I can only say is that both of us are brothers. And thinking very deeply, or not even too deeply, you will discover that the Igbos that engage in this unhelpful posturing are working from the background that since there is a consensus that humanity started in Africa, they project Africanness to themselves and assume that Israel and Jews are, not being Africans, would be younger than them. But because most contemporary Igbos cannot process information very well, they are not thinking that the ancestors of non-Africans, the ancestors of Europeans, Asians, are also the same Africans. We are also the same people that we are discovered to have existed in Africa 50,000 years ago. They are not reasoning that those people that emanated, or those beings that emanated, those prehistoric ancestors of humans, we are also the ancestors of Asians and Europeans. They think that the fossils discovered in East Africa belong to only Africans. And by the way, is East Africa Igbo land? The distance from Israel to Igbo land and the distance from East Africa to Igbo land, which is further? I've mentioned time and time again, why wouldn't Nigerians be running circles around Igbos if Igbos cannot process simple information? If the great Ahmadu Bello, the man who founded what we know as modern Nigeria today, could look at his culture, look at Arab culture, and say that we Fulanese and the Arabs are blood brothers, why is it difficult for Igbos who have degrees to understand that if the Jews could mourn miscreants alive, and the Igbos this last week or this week mourned an Igbo in the community called Aloy in Anambra alive, that it shows there is a connection. The Yorubas don't mourn anybody alive. The Bini don't mourn anybody alive. You Igbos do it. Jews have done it for 2,000 years. Josephus, the historian that she energetic Madike likened me to, was mourned alive 2,000 years ago for joining the Romans. If Jews do it and you do it, why is it difficult for you to process and understand that there is a connection? And why we won't leave this subject alone is because it's a matter of life and death to this dying ethnic group. What keeps me alive today is because I looked at the Hebrew culture, which is Igbo culture, and began to dig up traditions of the Igbos that Igbos will only take seriously if they understand the source of those traditions. When the Igbos say Nz'r Bundu, what do they mean? I just had my meal now. 10 years ago, I would have eaten everything in that plate. But because I'm middle-aged now, I knew that I would eat half and dump the half into the dumpster. Because Nz'r Bundu. If I'm not one of those Igbos that have taken it upon ourselves to go back, because the greatness of the Igbos is in their past, I will eat everything in that plate, and the end result will be high blood pressure. Those who want to die should die and stop confusing the Igbo people. The people that fed you the lies that you existed before humanity, who gave you the impression that you can exist alone in the world, they all studied abroad. And that even having headaches, they rush abroad for treatment. They send their children to study abroad. But they gave you the impression that you can do without the world by telling you that you are Igbo. Igbo meant ancestors, it never meant the Igbo people. Igbo simply means Hebrew. Hebrew is the English word for Igbo. While you are lazing around, a Yoruba girl took it upon herself to compare your own language, Igbo language, with Hebrew. And the dissertation or the thesis, because it's a master's project, is at the University of Ibadan today. Her findings that Igbo language and Hebrew language are genetically related. Tomorrow, if she gets a job broadcasting for Call Israel Radio, you will begin to cry that wishes and wizards are holding you down. Now, Nz'r is comparing Igbo and Hebrew. You don't want to work hard like she's working. Tomorrow, one hungry fool will tell you that you are not progressing. When Chioma progresses tomorrow, when her work sees her through, she becomes another Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. You will become envious and your pastor will tell you that your ancestors are keeping you down. We can't leave this subject alone because it means the safety, the security of our children and children unborn. Thank you.